Is honesty the best policy when it comes to supersizing and growing your business? For our annual challenge today, I'm asking 2 questions every day for the annual challenge for the month of December, just to kind of make it easier on everybody, because we've done a lot this year. We've done a ton this year in this year's annual challenge. It's the BU 365-day challenge to do one thing every day that improves us. And sort of, as I'm traveling, make it a little easier on myself and everybody else for the challenge. I'm just asking 2 questions a day. And today's one of the questions was, is honesty always the best policy? And of course, you can about imagine what I said about that. I think honesty is important, but nothing is ever always or absolutely steadfast and true in the thing we should do, right? I think we should always be consistent with our morals and our values and the things that are important to us and behave truthfully and honestly with respect to those. But that also doesn't mean that we are blatantly honest, meaning we spew our opinion and our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs about everything to everybody all the time. That would be ridiculous, especially in business. So this idiom, this expression, honesty is the best policy, is actually, they're not sure exactly where it originated. I asked Google as well as ChatGPT and got some interesting answers. But they attribute it mostly to Sir Francis Bacon in the 17th century in his work of truth. And he talks about truth with respect to being a good counselor or advisor. So coaches and counselors and consultants out there, he's speaking to you. You know, honesty is the best policy. Trustworthiness, truth, telling it like you see it, whether it's just your opinion or not, and making sure you reference that it's just your opinion or based on your experience, is the best policy in those situations. And the idea has formed and morphed and gone through a lot of transformations. Now, in my personal experience, there are entire industries that are built on a foundation of dishonesty. And to me, I don't work with those industries because they don't match my personal morals and values and goals and objectives and the impact I want to make on the world. So I just don't work with those industries or those type businesses or businesses that fall into the category of being unethical, honest, manipulative, etc. So what are some of the things? And I obviously believe that honesty is an important policy in building and growing and supersizing our businesses. And I'm going to share 4 reasons why I believe that is. And I guess I just challenge you today to ask yourself, are you being authentically yourself? Are you showing up and are you sharing what is true for you based on your experience as you're working with your customers and clients? Or if, you know, a lot of times when we're working for another company, we have to put forth the goals and the values of that organization. And that's why it's so important if you're working in a job to make sure that what you believe matches that organization. I've worked in some companies where I matched 90% of the way, but the 10%, the part that didn't match, was enough to cause me to leave that organization and find another place of employment. So that's, to me, how important it is that we live honestly with ourselves and being true to ourselves. And a lot of times when we run across people that are being dishonest or not authentic or not being who they really, really are or consistent, it's because they're not being honest with themselves. So what are some of the advantages? I'm just going to share 4 reasons why I think honesty is a critical policy in your business, especially if you want to supersize and grow your business. The first one, of course, is building trust and credibility. If you are honest and authentic, if you tell it like it is, if people know what to expect from you, you're building trust and credibility in your organization, in your company, and etc. And you want to do that, of course, with your customers, your partners, your stakeholders, and all of your relationships. Another reason to be honest in your business dealings is you avoid legal and reputation challenges or struggles. I'm not afraid of litigation. I used to be afraid of litigation. I'm not afraid of litigation anymore. I find that litigation, like anything else, is often a tool. It's sad when it becomes a necessary tool, but it's a necessary tool in our business. But I think if you're honest and share expectations and are upfront about things and you spell things out and you're clear on who's going to do what in different situations, you avoid legal trouble and you avoid trouble with your reputation because people can't say that you said or didn't do what you said you were going to do, etc. It also improves customer relationships. Honest and transparent communication always serves us better in terms of fostering good relationships and building loyalty, right? And we're all after lifelong, at least I hope we're all after lifelong customers and relationships. And finally, it promotes a positive company culture. I've worked with lots of different business owners and leaders and managers throughout my long career. And it's interesting the impact that an honest, authentic leader has on the people that they interact with, not just the people that report directly to them, but the people they interact with in all levels of an organization or outside of the organization if it's a business owner. It's like night and day. People can smell a mile away if something is off about you or if you're not being who you are or telling the truth or being authentic. There's so many nonverbal signs, and we're not going to go into those today, but there's so many of them. And even if we don't spot the nonverbal signs, we get an instinct and a gut instinct that tells us something's off about this. We use it all the time. We've all got it. Some people have it more honed than others, but we've all got that kind of sixth sense that lets us know if somebody's being honest or having integrity or being authentic with us. And some people are just good con people, and they can fool all of us some of the time, right? Until they get caught. So honesty, the best policy as far as you're concerned with respect to building and growing and supersizing your business. I already know that the people that I work with and deal with and my close contacts are all of the mind that honesty is the best policy. That's why we're attracted to one another. All right, if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom that ties into this year's annual challenge. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye. Go be honest, at least with yourself.